It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Here's hoping this is one you're interested in. Viewership's kind of way down. I don't know if I'm just not catching your eye or getting tired of this or what, but let's see if this will work for you. Don Knott's daughter, Karen, again, God bless her, once shared what her home life was like with her dad, Don Knotts. This should be interesting. Take a look. Imagine growing up with a famous comedian, Don Knotts, as your dad. You might picture lots of funny faces at dinner table or knock jokes on the way to school. Andy Griffith Show actor's daughter, Karen, once gave some insight into what it was really like living with her father. Karen and her brother Tom grew up in Glendale, California, which she says is about as Mayberry-like as the neighborhood is going to get into L.A. She and Tom were still young when their parents divorced. Even so, they had a pretty idyllic childhood, according to Karen. It was a little surreal, she told the Murfreesboro Post in 2011. We lived in Glendale, which was almost Mayberry-like in its smallness. It's a tight-knit community, like a small Midwest town in the middle of Los Angeles. Because my dad had such visibility, everyone knew where he lived, and fans would come to ask for autographs. But even with people seeking autographs knocking on their door, and Karen called life with Don so normal, it's all she ever knew. She speaks very highly of her father. He was such a great and multifaceted man, she said. My relationship with him was fantastic. We helped each other. We had a few little phobias. I think I helped him conquer those. Don's humor was constantly coloring in the Knotts family lives. His humor was extremely witty, ironic, and dry, she said. He had this whole humor of his own, like no other character. He would say things off the cuff funny, and he remembered tons and tons of stories from growing up and from the radio shows he loved. Comedians like Jack Benny and Edgar Bergen. He could be very emotional about things, not very low-key, and yet he was generally relaxed, very worldly, and debonair. Don Knotts is a multifaceted man, as Karen described. Like many famous comedians, Don struggled with mental health issues. He had a difficult childhood with an abusive alcoholic father. My dad was very burdened down by all the problems, she said. He went to a lot of therapy to try to work through his harrowing times from his childhood that stayed with him throughout his life. He is mercurial, said Karen of her father. He had a lot of a different kind of moods. He fought a lot of depression, and I helped him, or I thought I did, because I could see how he had his endless loop of thought that would always lead to a downward spiral. I would try to break through that, and it was like Pollyanna pointing out the positives. Being Don Knotts' kid wasn't all roses, but even with his troubles, Karen says he was a great father. There you go. How cool would it be just to be around Don Knotts, much less grow up in the same house, you know? And she seems like a very good daughter. Of course, I don't know her, so I can't be sure, but it sure sounds like it to me. How about you? Appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to try to share these out for me. Let's get viewership back up, please. And go over there to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia and hear a little bit on some rock and roll. Maybe I shouldn't have done, but I did. But go over and check it out, and please subscribe if you will. Have a great day. God bless you, and I will be praying for you.